I'm going to give you a challenge right now. Pick up your phone and check your screen time. Your screen time is likely to be over 4 to 5 hours a day. The average person spends over 2 hours on social media every single day. So when we say we don't have time, what we mean is we have time, but we're wasting on useless things that take us away from our actual tasks and help us procrastinate and waste time in general. So let's be completely honest. When we say we don't have time, what we mean is we don't care for the things that we are supposed to care for. And so we can make time by making some changes. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 4 small, very, very small habits that I do within my daily life and I apply into my daily life that helps me to be more productive, that helps me to manage and balance the many things that I do, including having 2 little kids, including having a business with over 10 employees. And all of these things mean that I'm able to work better with my time and be more effective. And they're all very, very easy. The first is time blocking. Now, I talk a lot about time blocking and I think I have a love-hate relationship with it, but it works very well because what it does is it gives you an ideal model for what you want your day to look like. It helps you visualize your day before you even come across that day. So you usually do it the day before, ideally not on the day, usually the day before or the week before, and you plan out your day with time blocks. Now, these time blocks kind of depend on the kind of task that you want to do, but I'd recommend 30 minutes or 1 hour time blocks. So you're blocking out every hour of your day towards a specific task. Now, that task could even be something like relax or watch some TV, but at least you've given yourself a time duration for doing it. Now, I know you're probably thinking like, that is so disciplined, like who wants to live like that? And I think it's really important to start off with your productivity journey, if you like, with time blocks, and start off by giving yourself that option of understanding how you work with your day and allowing yourself to have only certain blocks of time for a task. And that means that you're going to stop wasting time and you're gonna give yourself an allocated amount of time for a task, which means you're not gonna overrun that, and you understand how long things should actually take. And what you'll notice is in your day, you'll find that actually you have the time to do the things that you want to do, because that time would have otherwise been spent scrolling on your phone. And what it does is it stops you from deciding when to work. Now, if I'm sitting here right now and I'm like, what should I do? I'm more likely gonna say, oh, you know what, it's 10:30 right now, only an hour till lunch, I'll just work after lunch. Whereas if I have a time block, right now there's a dedicated task that I'm supposed to be doing, and that's filming. I'm filming until 12 o'clock, and then at 12 o'clock, I then go and have lunch. And lunch is dedicated between 12 to 1. And then after 1 o'clock, I've got the next task. So I know exactly what I'm going to do. It's been written out for me by me, but before, like the old me. So not the me right now who's more likely to just kind of think, oh, I can't be bothered to do it right now, I'm a bit hungry, by yesterday me, who was a bit smarter than today me. The next one is eat the frog. Now, eat the frog refers to doing the most challenging task first. So that means that you're doing the task that is technically in the important and urgent category, if you think of the Eisenhower matrix, and that's the task that you want to start with. Because when you start with that task, it's usually the task that leads to the most procrastination, because it's the hardest task and it's usually the most important as well. So by starting there, it means that you've completed the one task that you want to get done in that day. The rest of the day, you usually feel better about yourself, you usually feel more successful, more accomplished, and you're more likely to do better in general for the rest of the day after completing that initial task. So by implementing the eat the frog, so the first task in your time block, so we're going back to number 1, so I'm time blocking, the first task in your day, the first scheduled appointment should be that frog. Like, what is the hardest thing? What is the most challenging thing that you keep putting off? Do that first. And within that, we want to think about the 5-second rule. The 5-second rule is essentially saying that if something will take 5 seconds to just quickly implement or quickly write down, just do it, right? And I've started doing this. I've been doing this for a while, and it really helps, because there are times when I see an email or I see a task or something that just needs to be like replied to, and I think to myself, oh, I'll just do it later. Later never happens, and it bothers me all day, all week. Whereas I've started to do the whole 5-second thing. It literally takes 5 seconds to press respond and to make a response for that thing, or to schedule it, or to delegate it, or to do something with it. And so by doing that, you firstly gone towards a certain task, like you've made an outcome. But secondly, you've reduced that mental load, which means that you're able to spend more time with the main task and your main things that you want to achieve. The third is micro-visualization. Now, we all know about like having a vision board and like visualizing everything and like manifesting, etc. But that's like, really big. We're talking big things. I'm talking about micro-visualization, which is visualizing the now. So you've got that time block. Just take a few seconds, just 2 or 3 minutes in the morning to just visualize what that looks like. So today I'm gonna just quickly I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna have breakfast, and then I'm gonna jump on the train, or whatever it is. I'm gonna go to uni, I'm gonna sit there, or I'm gonna go to the office, blah, blah, blah. And like visualizing it and just kind of running through what your day would look like is a way of manifesting, because you've already like walked those steps in your mind. Okay, so you've already kind of done your day, but in your mind. So you know what those steps look like. You've taken those steps. You've mentally taken that step. So now it's the physical that needs to follow on. And it's so powerful, like telling yourself that you can do it and putting yourself in those positions. And overall, it makes it a lot easier to stick to your plan if you know what that plan looks like visually. The last habit that I use in my whole like daily routine is to do with using a timer. Now, timers are a very easy, very simple tool, a cheap tool. They're literally on our phones. We have them everywhere we go. Here's my phone. Just click on your timer and time your study sessions or your work sessions, depending on how long you need. So if, for example, I've got a task, I know it's gonna take me an hour, I give myself an hour on the clock, I put the timer on and I work through it. Now, I know there are other things like Pomodoro where you do 20, 25 minutes and things like that, but you might need longer than that for a task. You might need shorter than that for a task. You might need like different ranges of time. You might not be feeling like 25 minutes right now. You might be feeling like you want 2 hours. So accounting for like the task you're doing and putting on a timer makes it feel a little bit more urgent, like there's a clock running, and in an hour it's gonna ring, and that ring means that I'm done for that session. So I've got that set amount of time. And so I really appreciate my timer on my phone, and I use it a lot to just kind of like start, stop, and it gives me a nice, quick and easy and accountable way to actually get stuff done. And one thing that I would recommend with using a timer is to start and stop it when you're actually not working. So let's say you were starting a timer and you went to the bathroom, stop your timer. Because if you're running your timer for 10-15 minutes when you're not actually working, that's false, right? And it holds you more accountable as well, because it tells you, right, the timer's waiting for you. So don't be too long, you'll take 5 minutes, go to the bathroom and you'll come back, get a snack, 5 minutes, you'll come back, and it just holds you accountable. So this is my like system, layering all of that together. So having, time blocking my day, doing the hardest tasks first and doing the quick like 5-minute tasks as soon as possible, micro-visualizing everything in the morning of that day with my time block, and then using a timer to make sure that I stick to those timings. And those are the 4 tools that I use pretty much every single day. Like I'm using it right now. I've told myself what to do for the day. I've got my time block. I'm timing my videos and everything. And like, I know exactly how my day is going to run. And so like, it really, really works using those different layers. And I also have a Notion template as well, which I'll leave linked down below, which I also add all my like to-do list for. It's like my kind of like massive management tool for like my day and I guess my life as well. So I'll leave it linked down below if you want to get it. But essentially, those are the tips that I use. Change my life, like completely change my productivity, makes me work so much harder. And you know what? I've got the time at the end of the day to scroll on social media because I feel like I deserve it. If you guys found this video helpful, leave me a comment down below. What are the tips that you do? What are the little things? I'm not talking about massive productivity things. What are the small little things that you do in your day to help you be more productive, kill procrastination, and just be more efficient overall? All right, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.